Welcome, guys. I often get asked, Wacky, what weapon is best? Is this weapon better than this weapon? And people in general are very curious to hear what I have to think about how good each weapon is. So I figured, why not make a tier list? And so I made one right now. We're ready to place every single weapon into the different categories, going all the way from godlike down to yikes. And of course, we got something in between as well. So we're just going to take it from the beginning, and I'm going to place these weapons where I feel like they belong. All right, so we take it from the beginning. That means the AK first. The AK is not a godlike weapon. It's honestly the worst full-auto assault rifle because of the low rate of fire and the low bullet velocity combined with a pretty difficult recoil for a lot of people. So I'm going to put it down as an A tier assault rifle for now. The AUG, best assault rifle in the game. Arguably, the barrel and both the barrel and Groza, they do more damage, but the AUG, excellent handling, insane bullet velocity. So for me, this goes in the godlike category, absolutely. AWM, definitely godlike. A sniper can one-shot a level 3 helmet. There's only one other weapon that can do that. That's the crossbow, and we'll get to that. But that I will definitely say that those belong in the godlike category. Then we got the double barrel shotgun, which after the shotgun buffs are not bad, but it's not like amazing either. So for me, this one goes in right in the middle, in the B category. You got 2 shots. You need to reload every 2 shots. Yes, you can fire them quickly, but still, it doesn't take a dock bill. I'm gonna, which is a very good attachment, by the way. I'm gonna put it in the B category. The crossbow is kind of a joker. It is really a gimmick weapon that's really changing your playstyle, but it can do insane damage. Extremely hard to use. So simply because of how difficult it is to use, I'll put this in the B category, but really, like, this could honestly go anywhere. This is mostly comes down to your playstyle, because are you good at landing those headshots? Are you really good at leading your targets with this? I mean, you can do so much damage, right? The DPS, godlike. This shotgun is insanely powerful in the right hands. Like, it is so good. So that goes in the top tier. If you want a close quarters weapon, you can one-shot a guy in full level 3 with this thing. So one shot, full level 3, dead if you're close. The Deagle, all the pistols really are going to be in the lower categories, but when it comes to the Deagle, it's definitely not the worst. It's also not the best. I mean, I kind of put a pistol or a handgun higher than C, I think. So for me, we're probably going to start putting this in D. I might adjust this. The reason I put it in D is because 7 bullets unextended, extremely nasty recoil in ADS. So you typically do want to hip fire with this thing, or target mode aim. And then it's very inaccurate unless you get a laser sight. And still, even if you get a laser sight, a revolver is more accurate. So I'm going to put it in D. The DP28. Very, very bad LMG. I think, though, we cannot justify putting it in C category. Or can we? I'm like a little bit twisted here between C and B. We're going to put it in the middle. You can go prone. You got a good amount of bullets in a magazine. The biggest problem with this gun is really that when you get close to something and your character pulls the gun up, then it's going to cover your entire screen almost because of the huge disc magazine on the top. So we're going to put it in B for now. The G36C, a gun based on the M416. So we're definitely in the, like, we're probably in A tier, but really it could be S tier as well. We're gonna end up being I'm gonna put this in S tier because we're definitely better than an AK. This has the same rate of fire as both an AUG and an M416. But when you compare this to an M416, it doesn't take a tactical stock. And that's probably why you also notice that it does handle a little bit worse. The recoil patterns are the recoil behavior is very similar to an M416. So it's a lot better than a lot of people give it credit for. The gross up definitely going to be in top because insane rate of fire from an assault rifle, the fastest rate of fire of any assault rifle, and good damage per bullet. A little bit difficult to control on range. It's not that good on range, and also slow bullet velocity, but definitely it's up there, godlike tier. M416, we're gonna put this in. It's gonna be an S tier as well for me. And I think when I do this, we're gonna put the G36C down in the A tier. It's too much to put it up along the M4, so it belongs better together with the AK, I guess. But do note that this is not a bad weapon, the G36C. The Kar98 bolt action sniper belongs in the A category. Of course, this is also a weapon you can argue one-shot headshot, right? One-shot headshot, extremely good. Sure. However, that is mostly something I would say is dominating in solo. You can definitely use this in squad, and you can definitely use this in duos as well. But when it comes to those, I will place a DMR higher. So for me, no bolt action sniper can take the S tier because a DMR is just overall stronger in the game. But we'll get to that. A tier, definitely not bad at all, though. Not bad at all. M16, we're gonna end up in B tier. Burst can be good if you can control it. Single fire, really good single fire assault rifle. But really, you don't want a single fire with an assault rifle. You want a DMR, and those aren't really that hard to find. So this is like a gun you transition away from typically. Like this is a good gun to have until you find a DMR. Pistol, P19, 11. Slow, like because of the small magazine, I'm tempted to put it in D, but it does have pretty good damage. So I feel like this is a gun that will beat the Deagle in most situations because you can click very quickly with this thing and do a lot of damage. Also stronger in hipfire and ADS than a Deagle. So yeah, it's gonna be in C for me. M249, what used to be a godlike weapon, will now be in A tier. It's a good weapon, but not that good anymore. The recoil is really bad. The damage is good. You know, the recoil is so bad, it's gonna go down in B tier for me. I would say it's definitely better than a DP28, but it's still like not good enough to jump up along an AK and G36C. It just isn't. M24 goes in the same category as the Kar98. Better than the Kar98 because of faster bullet velocity. You can put an extended mag on it, got more bullets, so you get faster reload. You can do more damage over time. There's a problem, and that is, of course, the damage being lower. So when you do body shots, lower damage. However, if you take a bolt action sniper, you go for headshots, and both will one-shot a level 2 helmet. So I'm going to put it in the same category, but I will say the M24 is better than the Kar98. It all depends, though, also on your habits. Like I play typically better with a Kar98 because I'm more used to it. But yeah, the barrel, the dominating assault rifle, I kind of have to put it in the godlike tier right now. It is overall stronger than an M4. When I look at the numbers, like personally, I prefer the M4, but the barrel, it is better. But I'm not sure it belongs in the category as the AUG and the Groza. No, we have to put it here along the M4. It's slightly more powerful than an M4, but the M4 will beat the barrel in many situations when you get some range typically, and the recoil can be a little bit difficult. So a gun that handles better will need to be rated better as well. So I mean, we're going to put it in here in the S tier. That makes the most sense to me. P92, a pistol together with a P1911, definitely worth it. Got way more bullets in the magazine. 15 unextended and 20 with an extended mag. That's very good. Both very viable from a vehicle. I would say The P92 is stronger than the P1911 from a vehicle, because if you're riding around on a bike with a pistol in your hand, you're going to miss shots before you lead your way into your target and before you get the aim just right. So unless you're an insane player, right? No, but these guns can be difficult to control. I will say, or difficult to aim with. I will say P92, P1911, it makes sense for me that they're in the same category. MG3. Now we're definitely in the godlike category here. Absolutely shreds everything up close in the fast rate of fire. Go prone. You got a very, very strong weapon with extreme damage on distance. Absolutely godlike tier. Mini. We're going into S tier here. Have to place it higher than the bolt action snipers. And Mini is an extremely good weapon. Extremely good weapon. You see it in a lot of pro games as well because of the very high bullet velocity and easy control. Few attachments that it requires, and a lot of bullets in a magazine. So this means that this gun is just easy to shoot people that are moving far away. People are often moving a lot, never standing still if they're good. So this is a very good weapon to hit moving targets with. Also in squad mode, like you can take down multiple enemies that are in the open or exposed in any way, and you can finish your targets very quickly. Let's say you knock someone with a Kar 98. That's great. How are you going to secure the kill? You're going to shoot him again in the body. He doesn't die. You got to hit a headshot again before he dies, right? So the Mini, knock somebody, headshot, body shot, boom. They're dead, and finish them very quickly. Make sure no one else steals your kill. Make sure the enemy cannot revive their teammate. So definitely a DMR has to be there. MK14, definitely godlike. It is god tier. I mean, where do we start with this? I think everybody knows that this is arguably the strongest weapon in the entire game because you can use it as a DMR. It hits incredibly hard, but you could also use it as a full auto weapon in close quarters where it has a ridiculous fast time to kill. So this gun, super difficult to control in full auto, but if you have the right attachments, if you have some practice in controlling the recoil in this game, then this is extremely viable as a full auto gun. The Mutant, we got to put it in B tier. I will say though that an M16, I would prefer an M16 over a Mutant, absolutely. The problem with the Mutant, low bullet velocity compared to an M16, and that's the main problem for me. But also that the burst mode is a little bit weak. Like I would like the burst mode to be 3 bullets. That might be too powerful. But the M16 is a 3 bullet burst. The Mutant is a 2 bullet burst, and I feel like it's too weak. M16, I like using it in burst. It's kind of fun. Mutant, I'd rather use this in single, and let's just click fast. It belongs in B tier, I would say. It's a B tier weapon. So then we got the Mosin. Mosin is based on the Kar 98. It's almost identical. I mean, there's barely any differences. I have a video on this. It's very, very close. Very, very close. So we're going to put it there. P5K. This is a very good submachine gun. It is the best submachine gun overall in the game, I think, because we're gonna put it in the A tier. Might even belong in the S tier, actually. We're gonna put it in S tier, and the reason is this has a rate of fire that is very, very fast. It's not as fast as a Vector or Uzi. However, this is still shooting so quick combined with an easy handling and relatively fast bullets. Is it like 400 meters per second? I'm not 100% sure on that one. I'm doing this all by my head, right? So, but definitely strong. A lot of bullets in magazines. Does take a few attachments, but this is getting it's getting the best from the UMP and the best from the Vector, in my opinion. So this is a great SMG all round, easy to shoot on distance as well, and super good close quarters. It's a very good gun. It goes in S tier for me. Revolver. Now the Revolver is definitely stronger than a Deagle, and the reason is the accuracy. This in hip fire is, I think it's the most accurate pistol or handgun in the game. It doesn't take a laser sight. the Deagle needs a laser sight to get even close, but doesn't get as accurate as this. So if you take a revolver in a vehicle, you most often carry 7.62 ammunition anyway, because you're probably using an SLR barrel, right? A lot of people do. So it's free just to grab this as well. You can hit some shots while you're driving. And yeah, very, very good. Very, very good weapon, actually. P18C, like it's too situational for me to put it up here in the C tier. It's fine in close quarters, really. But in close quarters, like, I really don't want to use a pistol in close quarters in general. Like, you really don't want to do that. A shotgun, any shotgun is better. So we're going to put it in D tier because while it is one of the only two full auto pistols in the game, so it's not really a weapon you want to do full auto drive-bys with a handgun. You want to use the Scorpion for that. So it has to go in D. The Bison, the PP, it goes into either A or B. Like, this is, I would say generally, I feel like this is an underrated weapon in the game. We might have to put it up here. I kind of put it higher than B tier. I would say it's an underrated weapon because you only need a muzzle attachment. It doesn't take an extended mag. 51 bullets, or is it 53? But like over 50 bullets in a magazine, very, very good. Easy to control, decent bullet velocity for an SMG. It's not bad. So it goes in B tier for me. The QBU. This is a gun that is based on the Mini. The difference being that it hits harder, fewer bullets in the magazine, and it has a bipod. In my opinion, it is a better version than the Mini. And that is because, well, like I said, it hits a little bit harder, but mostly the bipod. If you go prone with this thing, you can click incredibly fast, and you just eliminate people. They just vanish, like they explode because of all the damage, right? Definitely a downside with the 10 bullets in a default magazine, extended to 20. So it is on the same level, but I would prefer QBU if I could. I always take this on Sanok if I can get it, pretty much. Then we got the QBZ, also a Sanok weapon. This is we're gonna put this in A tier, but I really think that this weapon deserves a little bit more recognition that it's getting. The problem is that the scope or sight sits really highly above the barrel, so it's easy to, when you're aiming out of a window, to hit the frame of the window or a rock if you're aiming above a rock. I have a video on this, and this can be a little bit annoying. However, the rate of fire is really interesting because it is 0.092 seconds between shots with this weapon, right? The SCAR is 0.096, meaning it's slightly slower, and M4, 0.086 seconds, meaning it's faster. This is right between the SCAR and the M4 in rate of fire, which gives it this interesting feel when it shoots. But like when it fires, like it's easy to control, really. It's super easy to control. So you can definitely put a scope on this thing and do some nice scoped sprays without sacrificing too much damage here. So it's not bad. It's not amazing either. It's definitely worse than the barrel and M4, but it's not bad. The R45 revolver, it goes on the same level. It's only 6 bullets in a magazine, and it cannot be extended. It does reload pretty quickly, but it needs a laser sight. The 1895 does not. I have to put it down here, really, along the Deagle. Yeah. Whew. Now, here we go. Now we finally got a yikes tier weapon. So, obviously, you would rather have an S12K than a pistol in most situations, but I have to put this in a yikes tier because this weapon, it kind of has no place in the game, really. This, yeah, sure, you can extend this and have 10 shells in the magazine, which is cool, and you can put a suppressor, which is fun, but it's like pointless. This weapon is so disappointing when it comes to damage. If you're looking for a shotgun that will cause you to get that feeling of, what? How didn't he die? What the heck just happened? And this is your shotgun. This is the one you're looking for. This there's no point in it. You want a DPS? Take a DPS. Why would you ever pick this up? All the other shotguns are better, of course, except this one. Sort of, definitely a gun that it's just for memes and fun, right? It's horrible. It's really bad. But again, these weapons, use them in a game, have some fun with it, mess around with the suppressors and a scope on this thing. I do that sometimes. It is unbelievable how low damage it does. And the sort of, it's a troll weapon. If you can finish people with this in a squad game or duo game, or even take people up close, I mean, it's fun, right? But that's like their role in the game right now. One way I would like to see the SLK evolve would be maybe with slugs. Like if you get slug rounds, that is a single bullet instead of a 9 pellet that spreads out of a shell, then that would be interesting if the SLK could take that spot, because you can put a 6x scope on it, right? So, but for now, it goes down here. These weapons need some love. The Scar, it goes in the category with the AK and the QBU, of course. Sorry, QBZ. Also the G36C. It's easy to control. Nice entry-level weapon for a new player, and new easy assault rifle to control. But up close, you're gonna lose a fight against a barrel or an M4, and that kind of sucks. So, yeah, we're gonna put it in the 8s here. This Scorpion. Now, this Scorpion used to be, for me, in the D or Yikes category. But after all the improvements to pistols that we had recently, in a most recent patch, the one where they also put the shooting with a pistol from a vehicle, it's a C tier for me. It surprised me. 40 bullets in an extended magazine is a lot. Driving around and unloading a full magazine on someone that's trying to hide behind a tree, I mean, this is not bad at all. Like, you can do so much damage because 40 bullets, I mean, some of them are going to hit, right? So, yeah, C tier. Weapon I would use exclusively take this to be used in a vehicle. Honestly, that would go for all of them. Maybe not the revolver here. This one is decent as well for some shots, but we're using the pistols for vehicles here mostly. The SKS. All right, so the SKS, I'm gonna put this along our friends in the A category. It is not on the same level as a Mini. It is not on the same level as a QBU. Unless you get all the attachments. I mean, I kind of have to put it above the bolt action snipers, I think. So it has to go in S tier. But I'm really not sure about this one. I want to put it in the 8 tier. But if you get all the attachments for this thing, then it's not really that bad, actually. The problem is that when you compare it with an SLR, that definitely belongs in the S tier, arguably even godlike. It belongs in the S tier, and MK14 is better. But yeah, this gun hit 3 bullets with this in many situations beyond 100 meters, you kill your target. Hit 3 bullets with an SKS, they just barely survive. You need 4 bullets very often. That is why I had to put it down here. There are too many situations where you will shoot 3 bullets, kill with an SLR, 3 bullets, not kill with an SKS. And this is something to do with the damage, which is lower for the SKS, and also, well, that is why. And that is why, and how the damage falls off over distance. So yeah, it has to be like this, but it could be like in between, maybe. Tommy gun. It also goes in the Yikes category. I've been using this quite a lot recently because I'm leveling it up. I finally got around to do that. It really is the worst submachine gun in the game. The handling is outrageously bad. You got 30 bullets unextended, 50 extended, which is still lower than a Bison, even if you get an extended mag. And you can put a red dot on it. You cannot put a scope on it like you can do with the Bison. It has super slow bullets. Bison has faster bullets. It needs a grip. Bison does not. It doesn't take a muzzle attachment other than a suppressor, which is not really helping the gun in any way other than looking or sounding cool, maybe. So it's not good enough. This needs some love. They need to rethink this in some way, in my opinion. The UMP goes up here with the... Well, so the UMP is actually a really good weapon. Very easy to control. Good damage. Can kill faster than a barrel in close quarters. However, it has very slow bullet velocity. So, it's better than a Bison. I would say it's better than a Bison. We have to put it here in the A category, which is really good, actually. I'm thinking if it's too good to put it there. But we're going to put it in the A category. I feel like it belongs there. It's really strong. The Uzi is a B tier weapon. Not bad at all. Super strong close quarters. Good hip fire. Surprisingly good hip fire. Nice run and gun weapon if you're close. Definitely, yeah, it belongs here. Vector. It really belongs here too. The Vector is not as strong as many give it credit for, I think. 19 bullets unextended. Very, very small magazine. Not unusable without an extended mag. But even if you get an extended mag, it goes up to 33 bullets, which is like, it's good. You kind of need attachments on this thing. You need attachments on this thing. And you can put a scope on it, which is great. But the recoil is rather tricky. So I would rate it lower. The thing about the Vector is that I have to put it up here in the 8 tier. Actually, I have to put it in the 8 tier along the UMP because it's a very good close quarters weapon. And like it does take the scope. Faster bullet velocity than a UMP. It could have gone in the B tier, but it's going to end up in the A tier. The VSS, and this is where I have to be objective here. The VSS, it's going to go in the B tier. The biggest problem with the VSS, we got two big problems here. Very slow bullets, and we have small magazine size. Sure, it's full auto. Yes, I personally am pretty competent with the VSS, and I can do a lot of cool stuff with it. But overall, this is not about what I like, which guns I like the most. This is me trying to rate which guns are better than the others, right? Which guns are the best. So I had to put it in the B category. It's very, very niche. It kind of fits along a crossbow when it comes to niche. It might be a little bit, it might be worthy to put in the A category because of what you can do with it, but it's too situational. I have to put it in the B tier. But yeah, sure, this is one of those weapons, just like with the crossbow, you can be a god with this if you know what you're doing, right? The Win 94. That's also going to be in the B tier. The reason being, there's no way it can get on the same level as the bolt action snipers. That this is a lever action actually, but still it is a sniper. There's no way it can go in the same category. This cannot one-shot a level 2 helmet. The maximum damage this will do to a level 2 helmet is 99 damage. So if you have a level 2 helmet and your enemy has a Win 94, he cannot kill you if you're full health, right? So it goes in the B category, but kind of nice that you can just pick it up. It has a scope on it already. Yeah. Now, here we go. The pump action shotgun. Surprisingly good. It goes pretty high on the list. It's better than the double barrel. It's way better than an SLK. It's not as good as a DBS. And it can't really, cannot really put it on the level of, on the S tier level here. So we're going to put it on A tier. I would say this is the best shotgun you can pick up if you cannot get a DBS. This is a viable shotgun. Like, this is viable. If you pick this up together with one of the S or Godlike tier DMRs, you're looking good. You're looking strong, right? So yeah, that's how I was going to put it. So that's the tier list, guys. That is how I would rate the weapons. it is. And with this, I'm actually going to put a link to this tier list I made, so you can go in here and you can do this yourself. So feel free to do this and comment below how you would do it, maybe. And also, if you have any comments to this, if you disagree with anything, or you wanted me to do something different, please put it below the stream. Please put it below the video, and yeah, we can have a little discussion about it. Anyway, guys, thank you for watching the video. I hope you found this interesting, because I did. I'll see you guys next time.